Just breathe.
Hi, I'm Brian Weber, CEO of Bebida Beverage Company. Sorry it's been such a long time. We've just finished the 100 Days of Summer, which many of you know is the busiest time of the year for the cold beverage business. We're also just 15 days away from the celebration of our 5th year of the Coma Unwind brand, and 5 years that I've been the CEO of Bebida Beverage Company. The Coma Unwind brand has done amazing things for so many people around this country and soon to be around the world. Coma Unwind brand has been everything, the hook that keeps this company growing. In the month of August, we've had more meetings and more success stories than probably half this year. There have been more retailers calling us and distributors calling us from all over the country. Our sales managers and directors and executives have been zigzagging this country, making deals and pulling them down. The cat is certainly out of the bag. The relaxation revolution is under full swing. People everywhere in America have now heard about Coma Unwind at some level. After doing a lot of radio in 2014, we've expanded out as far as California and now Washington State with Pepsi. Walton Beverage has already launched the product into their stores. It's been nothing but 5 years of hard work and dedication by myself and the team around me, which I'm very humbled to say have worked very hard and are very excited about the future growth of the company. We have done a lot of marketing this year. We've done a lot of radio from Massachusetts to New York to North Carolina to the West Coast to Texas. We've done radio ads with nationally syndicated radio shows. We've got some TV presentations that we've put out there. We have a racing series that's 9 races this season. We have done a lot to build the brand Coma Unwind. We have done more trade shows. We have done more road shows. We've given away 50,000 cans up and down the East Coast, sharing the Coma Unwind relaxation revolution with everybody that we can find and can afford. It's been a lot of hard work, but it's really starting to pay off. It's exciting to see the growth of the brand, to get the emails from consumers all over this country that thank us as a company and thank me personally for a product that helped them with their relaxation needs, their sleep needs, their anxiety needs. It's very, very fulfilling for me every day to get those type of emails. It should be for the investors. A lot of you investors plump down money to invest because of the journey. Some of you try to make money on it on a day-to-day basis, but many of you buy the drinks online and invest in the company because you believe that the growth of the company is inevitable. And I'm with you. It is inevitable because our brand is growing exponentially. We have over 70% market share in the United States right now with the Coma Unwind brand. And it's not getting any less. It's getting to be more every single day. As I said when we started, we have gained more authorizations in national retail chains in the last 6 weeks than we had in the prior 6 months. It's no accident the Coma Unwind brand is growing at that pace. Everyone knows that in the beverage industry, the ultimate goal of any brand is to be distributed by Coca-Cola, Pepsi-Cola, Budweiser, or Dr. Pepper Snapple, or any other national distribution network. That's no different for Coma Unwind and our brands. As many of you know, ultimately every brand of beverage wants to be in the Coca-Cola system or the Pepsi system. That's where we would like to find our home. Of course, many investors would love me to call them up one day and say that we're getting bought out by Pepsi or by Coca-Cola or any other national distribution network. But that's probably not right in the near sight. That's probably a few years off. And I'm not quite sure that we're going to be completely sold out anytime soon, for that matter. This has been a very long and tedious journey building the Coma Unwind brand. As many of you know, we recently launched in the Upper Northwest with Pepsi Walton Beverage. That rollout has been very successful, and it's helped us gain traction within the independent Pepsi system. We have a lot of ongoing dialogues, and it's very favorable that we will have a lot of positive news coming in the very near future. It's very exciting for me as the CEO of Bebida Beverage to have the tide slight and turn to where a lot more people are calling us than we're calling them. It's nice to know that the CEOs of these beverage companies are trying our drink themselves, and the feedback is the same as it is on Amazon. 96, 97% of people love Coma Unwind, the brand. And God knows most people need some sort of relaxation substitute or product. So with that said, I'm very excited about the future for the Coma Unwind brand, and I suspect by the end of this year we'll be in 10, 15, 20,000 more locations around the United States of America. A lot of you have asked in email on a regular basis about what's going on in Europe. As I've said along this journey, the Europe project is a very big project. It's time consuming. It's not about making a drink, shipping it over to any given country, and just say, here we are. It's about planning, it's about strategy, it's about people, it's about contracts, it's about languages, it's about regulatory affairs, it's about trademark protection, it's about transit, it's about a lot of different things. I am happy to say that we have made a tremendous amount of progress, and albeit there's not a lot of info out yet, there is a lot of work that has been done, and there's a lot of things that we're getting ready to announce in the very near future. It's of my belief that we will be in a lot of places in a very short period of time. Our team on that side is second to none. I call them the A-team, and every time I visit with them, I am humbled by the surroundings. The brand couldn't ask for a better team of people and professionals to introduce the Coma Unwind brand abroad in Asia and Europe. And I'm sure that over these next few months, you will completely agree with me when you see the outcome of all the hard work that's been going on. The trademarks are virtually done in all 102 countries. The regulatory affairs are ongoing. But unlike an energy drink, or Red Bull, for example, has a couple of formulas, Coma Unwind will have many, many formulas because the regulatory affairs are so different for these types of drinks, with the supplements that we use to help you relax, reduce stress and anxiety. So it's been a lot more work, but of course, as with a lot more work, there's a lot more reward. And I ask you investors to be patient as you've been over this time and really understand that this is not a short-term flash-in-the-pan operation. This is something that's going to last into the next decades, probably century, I hope. So with that said, over these next few months, you will hear a lot of new things coming out of the other side of the planet. And when you're traveling abroad, you will be seeing Coma Unwind pop up at airports and other stores all over the world, which that's a fact, and I'm very proud to say that. What we also have going on is we recently, as many of you know, we made a small investment into Cheech and Chong ice cream, which is not yet launched. We worked on it very hard and came up with a really great formula, but we weren't 100% satisfied. We went back to the drawing board and we reworked it out, and we are now very satisfied. And we're getting closer to producing the very first relaxation ice cream in the world, and had a lot of interest from distribution partners for that. I am very excited that that's going to happen in the next couple, 3 months, I'd say. You know, some things are better off to get them right the first time. I can't apologize enough to the investors that get excited and then I'm unable to get the things done on the timing. That's been the biggest failure on my part, and for that I apologize. Timing sometimes gets ahead of me. I like results like you do. However, sometimes other things get in the way of the results that I desire. Going forward, I'm going to try to be more pessimistic on my timing and optimistic on my journey, so that I'm not letting your investors down on the expectations. Back to Cheech and Chong. As you can see, Cheech and Chong is getting ready to go to production. The final artwork is done. The Relaxed Drink, Cheech and Chong Relaxed Drink, is a cousin to the Coma Unwind brand, and I can tell you for a fact, we have had a lot of people tell us that they want to sell that. In closing, I'd like to talk about the stock. As you investors well know, the stock has gradually inched its way down further and further. People ask me all the time, how do I deal with that? It's tough to deal with that. How would anybody deal with knowing that your brand, your company, your employees, your payroll, your marketing, and every single thing you do every single day equates to a stock price that continues to devalue itself? How would anybody respond to that? And all I can say is, very simply, The plans never changed. The timing has been my biggest failure. Unfortunately, the growth of the brand has been spectacular, and the needs to fill have also been. The capitalization needs have grown exponentially. We didn't move. We're in the same building we've been in since 2010. We don't have a whole fleet of trucks. What we do have is more market managers. We have more salespeople. We have more administrative people. We have more faxes, more files, more computers, more desks, more everything, more insurance, more lawyers, more of everything. And that's what it takes to keep up with this growth. I could tell you with every fiber in my body that the day will come where we will reverse this tide and start dragging this stock back in. And the company will do exactly as I had said in the past. It's very unfortunate where the stock price is at. But as I said many times before, I've been here for 5 years. I'm not going anywhere. We're almost at the pinnacle of what we've been trying to accomplish. We've accomplished 10 years worth of work in 5 years with the investors' help. Why do you think other investors have been buying in positions in Bebida Beverage stock? Because they know and they believe that we're on the right track, that our brand will be a dominating brand throughout the country and throughout the world in time to come. They're confident, as you have been confident. Now is the best time to buy stock in Bebida Beverage Company. This is the best time to buy more shares, to put away for your future. This is not the time to sell your stock. This is the time to double down, reinvest in your company. This is your company. This brand belongs to all of us. It's not just about Brian Weber, and it's not just about the 20 people that work behind me, or in front of me in this case. They're on the other side of that camera. It's about the shareholders that have helped us get this far. It's about the struggle. It's about the brand building, and it's about you. It's about the investors. You guys have been along the ride. Many of you have been along for a long time. Some of you are fairly new. Some of you bought in when we had big news with Oprah Magazine or Walmart or any number of big news items. But at the end of the day, those items have put us in this position to where we are becoming a very, very exciting future, where someday in the very near future, there will be an opportunity for us to change course on our stock, and the value will start going up, and I suspect it will go up very quickly when that time comes. I'm asking people to continue to be patient, hold their stock, buy a little stock, continue to put it away, because at the end of the day, the path that we are on is certainly the same path we've always been on. The devaluation will never continue forever. It will eventually turn and go back the other direction. And those that believe in it and see it and actually do their due diligence and see the products popping up in stores all over the country, see the consumer feedback of how good this product is, see all of the options that are out there, look at the Facebook of the faces behind the Coma Unwind brand, whether it's here and other parts of the world. Those investors will be the ones that will capitalize on the hard work and dedication of everybody that works at Bebida Beverage Company. It's very unfortunate, and again I apologize that the timing and the quantity that I thought would take to build this brand was off. It's been a long road, and I've learned a lot of lessons. One of my biggest lessons would be don't over-deliver, don't over-promise and under-deliver, and for that I apologize. But I will never apologize for taking the hard-earned money the investors had dedicated toward this adventure, put it in the company, and redistribute it to build this brand. That is exactly why I went public, and that is exactly why you bought stock. Many of you. Some of you, of course, just buy the stock to make a couple tenths of a penny overnight and then sell out. Those are not the investors that we need. Those are not the investors that help us grow this global brand. Thank you for joining me. I hope to be able to do another video at the end of October, and then again at the end of November before Thanksgiving, and then one finally before Christmas holiday. Again, thank you all the investors and shareholders around the country and around the world for your continued support, your great emails. Keep up the fight. I know that it's difficult to keep your faith, but I promise you, anyone's always welcome here at Bebida Beverage, and you're always welcome to visit with us and talk with us. You can call our investor relations extension here and talk to our person in-house. And thank you for continually supporting Bebida Beverage Company and the Coma Unwind brand and all of our other brands and our employees and contractors around the country. Thank you and have a good day.